walking today with the dog. The track at the end of your street, which you used a lot
as you prepared to ride Tour Aotearoa.
All that preparation meant when you woke up on day 2 and shot down the beach, felt pretty good. Went into the camp you planned to stay in, where you could wash your bikes off the salt and the sand. Then got some lunch, and half a day later, 20k behind as such, but set off on the road. You had a loose plan, idea of where you'd aim for, but didn't know. It was day 2, you didn't know how far was reasonable or unreasonable. That plan you were following had a couple of easier days. Some of the highlights on that second day were catching up to some riders who'd started before us. The roll-on, roll-off ferry that took us through to Rawini, the first of what turned into several boat trips over the tour. Everything in Rawini though was closed. The campground, everything. So we just decided to press on and see what we could do. There's a couple of big hills as we went out, and after another couple of hours rolled into Opanoni, and we sat there watching the sun get lower, kids jumping off the wharf, and had those burgers, ice cream, and just revelled in the fact we were where we wanted to be now, back on track. The night was a beautiful night, beautiful in that tent, and but I woke around 1 a.m. finding my mattress had deflated. Don't know what the story was, but couldn't find the hole and it wouldn't stay inflated. So I had an early start, drinking coffee, and discovered chocolate milk and instant coffee, which became a everyday thing for the rest of the tour. And I watched that sunrise over the sand dunes opposite. Just a stunning morning. So as we rolled out and around the water's edge, we had another photo checkpoint on that third day, which was with Tane Mahuta, just an enormous kauri tree. The road just kind of edges right up to the trees, sweeping descent down, feeling as though you're in the forest, but completely on tarmac. Then we got some gravel. We were heading for Dargaville, that was the plan, and had about 5k left to Dargaville when I saw someone riding towards us in the distance. Jesse, a trail angel. We were so close I wasn't that keen to stop, but Keith really was, and we pulled in and spent maybe 10 minutes chatting and just scoffing this amazing watermelon and rock melon, and then Jesse asked to ride with us and followed us off half a k before this great descent on the gravel down to the road, which led us into Dargaville. It's a small town, so there weren't many vehicles. There was one coming up the road, and as they went past, realised it was my friends Joseph and Helen, who decided to drive through and have dinner with us. In the morning, not having found that hole in the mattress, I headed into town to a camping store to purchase a replacement. And then we headed out of Dargaville. It was going to be a short day because we had another ferry ride coming up, and the initial goal was to get that in the afternoon. They had been running at 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. But on the Friday, they'd run their last 4 p.m. So we took our time, and boy was it a ride. Ended up on this gravel road which was there just for logging trucks, and massively wide, but these trucks just went barreling past doing 70, 80k. Sounds a bit scary, but there was so much space. The only real issue was the kick up of dust because it was so dry. Of course, I say it was dry, and as we pulled in
to Potu Point, the rain started. It only lasted the hour and a half it took us to clean up and shower. So before dinner, I was able to have a little wander, see the coastline, see where we'd be launching on the boat in the morning at dawn.